Hello everybody, I'm Ashely Sellers, speech language pathologist and owner and operator of Speech Language and Beyond. Well, I'm just coming in very quickly because I have been so busy, you guys. Just between working, trying to create new products, having a whole new influx of new referrals that have come through. Just been so busy doing a lot of things. As you all can tell, I do look a little different. I am a natural hair girl, so I even have done something different with my hair, but I probably will go back to my other hair as well for my natural girls out there. But yeah, I just wanted to just come in with you guys and just see how you all were doing and let you know that I'm still out there, that I'm still here, and I'm still interested in being able to provide you with some really good speech therapy information, tips, strategies, and I really just have been working on, I have an Etsy shop now, and I know you may have seen that information in my past two videos, either in my subscription box or at the end of the video, where I have an Etsy shop. So some of my best-selling products like Baby's First Words, the Articulation Activity Book of Early Sounds, my book of early learning or early language concepts, all of those can be found on my Etsy shop. It's under Speech Language Beyond. It's all written together, Speech Language and Beyond, or have the first letter in them capitalized all together. And the name of my shop is Articulation Creation. So go there, check some things out. I have some new products that I've been working on. This is my activity for vowels. I am actually going to do a video on this where we talk about why vowels are important as a part of articulation. And I'm also going to show you how you can incorporate the use of this book here. It is already in my Etsy shop, ready for downloading and printing. I don't want to show you much of it now, but just go check it out. You can also find a free sample of it on my website, www.Speech Language and Beyond. Click on the Speech Therapy Sheets tab, stroll down to the articulation section, and you should be able to find a free sample of that there. And if you like them, you can purchase them. But I'm going to do a video showing about this, and I'm also going to do a blog as well. Look out for that on my website. If you haven't checked it out, I only have 2 so far, you guys, because some of my problem is right now, my company, my business, it still is very much just me doing everything, on top of me adjusting to having a toddler that I'm raising now, being married, still trying to have an everyday life. So I really have been trying to just wear so many different hats at the same time, and building up my Etsy page and trying to, because like this particular activity that I have right here, y'all, it's been sitting for I think 3 years, and I didn't even realize it was sitting there that long. So I made myself dedicate the time to go ahead and finish it. This is another one that I'm doing. I don't have the cover sheet for it here, but it is called my cookie jar full of language, and it's based on, it has a cookie jar, and then it has the different cookies that you can put within the jar. And this is before I created, y'all. Like, I'm in create mode, and I'll tell you why. And then it focuses on action words, answering WH questions, following commands. It's just a multitude of things that you can do off this activity. It is also in my Etsy shop. I'm debating if I want to do a video on it, because it's what I like about it is that it can be used in so many different ways. Like if you were just doing an articulation activity with your child and you wanted to draw them in, after they said so many words correctly, you could allow them to put a cookie in the jar. If you wanted to use it as a language activity, then I have other pictures outside of the cookie jar. I don't want to give too much of it away because I'm still debating if I'm gonna use it, make a video of it yet. But like the microwave and the glass, so it might be warm up your cookies in the microwave or dip your cookie in a glass of milk. And then if you use it generically as a game, just a reinforcement game, I have these spinners where they can choose how many cookies that they're going to put in the jar as they go through so many tasks. Or I also have the spinner where they can also choose which one they want to be able to put in the jar. So I'm thinking about actually doing a live demonstration of how I would use this in therapy for you to be able to see it, so you'll know just exactly how to use it. But you guys, I've just been doing so many things that is kind of reduced me from being able to come in and keep my commitment to post 2 videos a week. But I just kind of want to come in and let you all know what's going on, and to kind of just give you a sneak preview of what I have. You may see some pictures, and I think what I really want to focus on, because I think there are so many SLPs out there that are just like me right now, where we are practicing as far as like seeing kids privately or in school. We're creating our own products for the type of children that we see coming in our doors every day. We are trying to make ourselves known through YouTube for the strategies and all that stuff that is out there. So it's like I'm really am living like my dream, but at the same time being able to do what I love in more than one type of environment. One reason why I have these printed out, not only because I'm going to do a video on them, but I'm also going to do my first market, you guys. We have a mistletoe market here, and my friend and I, the one that you saw, my best friend that you saw in the video about, you know, what do SLPs talk about, and that's a series I'm also trying to do as well to bring to you guys. But we have decided to go in together and to sell our products at in physical form at the market, from the angle of being two speech therapists who are practicing and trying to get information out there for parents to have. I'm going to document that experience for you. So that's one reason why I have these printed out, because a part of our registration for that is for us to take a picture of the process that we use to get our things developed, to see if we qualify to be a part of the market before we pay our registration fee and all of that stuff. And then from there, what I'm going to do is print out all of my best-selling products that I have so far, and I'm going to sell those at the market. But it's also going to jumpstart the process of me being able to send these products to you already packaged, if you don't want to download them and make them yourself. And that's also going to be a part of my Etsy shop. Now, I'm not going to do that off my website. I'm just going to have a link on my website that leads you to that once we get that done. I'm also in the process, you guys, of actually working on my first type of hands-on products, like, and I don't want to give too much away. For example, I am working on putting together my first puzzle. So I'm actually creating it from scratch myself, and I don't want to tell you what kind of puzzle it is right now because I don't want anyone to steal my idea. But I'm working on these, a prototype for the puzzles that I want to do, and I don't know if I want to do them in this format or if I want to do them in this format. So I'm still trying to work that out. I'm also working on some language sticks, and I'm just going to show you a few of these. But as you can see, these are little sticks, and they're stickers, and they have shoes on them, but they're going to be used as a language stick. So I have all of these things right now that I'm working on, and I want to get my prototypes done so that when I kick off my Etsy shop for my digital stuff that I'm putting in physical form to be able to mail off to you, that I also have these items available to give you as well, that are more interactive, that are more made like a game or more of a hands-on activity rather than a Velcro activity, which is what most of my things are. So yeah, you guys, I'm so excited about it. I have some other things on the wrap too that are coming, but yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing today, y'all. Has been a busy day. Check out my Facebook page so you can see everything that I've been trying to cram into this one day before I get into back-to-back therapy sessions that run from 3 to 5:30. On top of me having, well, today I would have had 3 disability appointments, but my schedule was a little bit low this morning, so that's why I was able to come in and do the other stuff. But just today alone, I have printed out these activities, taking the pictures that I need for what I'm trying to do for my Facebook page, for the market, for my videos, whatever. I've also scanned in progress notes for 2 children that I'm actually reauthorizing for services. So I had to make sure that all of their dates added up to the claim dates that were put in, making sure the progress notes are there. Once I get all of those scanned in, I still have to go in and actually reapply for the authorization via the website. So I've also done that. I have prepared for all of my sessions that I have coming up for this evening. I have scheduled people, I have scored tests. So I mean, I'm really wanting to do a video about the different things that SLPs are doing now to really be able to get information out to their kids. But I hope that you guys are enjoying your day. I miss you guys so much, and just I have some updates to give you too. I know that in previous videos I had talked to you guys about me doing the on Fridays that I was back into early intervention, and that I had been going to Americans to see children. That is no longer the case. I will give you a full update on what happened with that. Am I disappointed? Yes, but God does not make mistakes, and He always leads me and guides me to the opportunities that are going to be, good for me. Am I still thinking about, putting my business in the area? Yes, but just being able to do it just based on my own will and accord, my own connections, other things, that I have going on there. I was trying to use, I'm already in the area because I receive kids from there that come here, but they aren't as consistent as my kids that are in the area and them coming. So I really do want to be able to get a space there, and I was using that opportunity to kind of bridge that gap, look for some places, and kind of have and I already have doctor's offices there that I know would continue to send me there, but trying to bridge a gap with this agency where I could get the kids once they got out of early intervention, they still would be receiving things or whatever. But that just didn't work out, and I got out of it before it could become too bad, and neither one of us walked away losing anything or whatever. But yeah, it's just been so many things that have been going on, and so I hope, like I said, you all are doing well. I really miss seeing you guys, and I hope to talk with you soon. Okay, you guys, I know I've already come on and talked to you, but as you can notice now, my background is a lot more quiet because I am right next to the mechanical room where the air conditioner system, I guess, is controlled. And so it's loud in the hallway, it's loud in my office, and it used to shut down at 2 o'clock. And it doesn't do that anymore. That's another reason why it's been really hard for me to do any of my videos, because I had a break in my, most of my therapy is done. Like with my disability evaluations, I normally do those on Mondays and Wednesdays from like 8:30 to 11 o'clock. And then I would have a break in my schedule between maybe about 11:45 until about 3:30 before my afternoon session started. So if I wasn't working on paperwork or anything like that, those are the times that I would kind of use to try to do a video in the middle of the day. And I knew that the background sound wouldn't be there. Like on Tuesdays and Thursdays, my schedule is pretty much like seeing disability claimants from 10 until 12:30. And then I would have between 1 and 3 to record a video. But like I said, now the system is set up to where it doesn't go off until about 4:30, 5 o'clock every day, and I'm dead smack in the middle of doing sessions at that time, so I haven't really been able to do it. So that slowed down my process, and we have just put Ashely in a new daycare, so he transitions. It's a lot more structured than where he already was. And so at 5:30 he transitions out of the classroom he's in all day to be with the after school kids until I get off. And so because that's been such a big transition for him, and I've been told that he does okay, but he doesn't like the transition when he's in there with the bigger kids, I've been making it my business to try to make sure the days that I get off right at 5:15 that I'm out the door, that he doesn't have to sit in there that long. So I haven't even been able to stay after that time and just let my husband go pick him up or anything like that, because I kind of just want to be there for that transition until he kind of gets used to it. So I haven't even really been able to use my late afternoon times before I leave to even do recording. But I just came back to say, you know, like, I just got finished with a therapy session, and if you look at my table, like, this stuff is just so messy, but this is pretty much what it looks like when I get finished. And I just feel like I've been working for like 2 hours straight, but it's crazy. Like the recordings that you've already seen, I actually should have been seeing somebody at that time, but they got their time mixed up. Plus they added another day. That's what you saw me doing on the phone, sending them the reminder, adding their name to the schedule. You saw me using that time in between to like laminate the products that I'm trying to get put together for the video and for the registration thing and all that. And then you also saw me do the I was scanning in for the authorization. So I'm saying all that to say, it's just like, you know, one thing that I've learned doing this by myself right now and not having the staff is that I have to make every minute of my day count in order for me to feel like I'm getting my money's worth in what I do. Because if I lag in getting these things done, then it decreases my overall income or capital that I can expect for that month. So it's like, even if somebody is supposed to come from 3 to 3:30 and they aren't there, my method of what I normally do is, in this chair over here, I will always have something in that chair that I can pull and do. I still have like my files that are back here on the floor that I can pull files out that I know I need to work on, that if I'm waiting for them to get here, I normally, if your appointment starts at 3, I'll get up at like 2:58, 2:50, something, 2:58, right at 3 o'clock, open the door. If you're here, we start. If not, and it's taking you a few minutes to get here, I pull something and I'm either working on it, writing it out, put it away when you get to the door. If for some reason, you know, you don't end up coming, that's something I can continue to work on for another 30 minutes until it's time for my next session. So, you know, in order for you to make sure that when you're in private practice the way that I am, and that you don't have like another staff that's a member that can do the work because it's just you, if you utilize all the minutes of your day to get things done, then it helps you not to lose that money because you're not utilizing your time. And it did take me some time to be able to get there. And another reason why I'm doing that as well is because me having a toddler right now, he's in that mode where we're potty training, trying to understand rules, trying to get him through the whole thing. If you can't get your way, you don't have tantrums. Just trying to add a little bit more structure and correct type of mannerisms and behaviors that are appropriate that he can learn with. We're just at that stage for him right now. So it's really hard for me, you know, even having him on a schedule with his bedtime and him having to get school early and, you know, get the proper amount of rest that he needs, or making time in the afternoon now when we get home, or the evening when we get home, to work on, you know, some literacy stuff or some early language concepts, because he's in that mode where he is really into learning about things. I'm unable to really take things home and really work on them the way that I do. Now I will, but most of the time I have to do it like right after he's had dinner and he's settled, and I can sit there and do it with him while he does something else, or I have to wait until, you know, he goes to bed and try to get things done. But that's another reason why I have to do it that way too. But yeah, I feel like my days these days are just so full of so many multiple things we're trying to do at one time. And you know, that's the life that you have as an SLP when you're really trying to get the word out there about what you do and provide people with tips and strategies that they can have around the clock in order for them to be able to help their children. And it's my pleasure to do so. But I know it's been a long time since I've kind of given you guys the inside look of, you know, what's been going on in my day. What is something else that happened today? Well, the child that I'm supposed to be seeing now, the form of insurance or Medicaid that they have is inactive. So they do have like an authorization, but if it's inactive, you can't use it. It can't be reinstated until that time. And so I was like, okay, you know what? I've gotten too comfortable with going through and having my sessions and not going through and checking the authorization to make sure that I can get paid for my sessions. So I'm just like, okay, note to self, put forth time at the beginning of your day, every day before you start, to make sure you go through and you're double checking to make sure that everyone's insurance is active so that you're not giving away a free service. So of course, you know, that's money I can't expect because during this time they don't have coverage. So, you know, that's another thing. And that's so important. That is why I have, now I will say I love creating my products, but they're also another source of income for me for days like this or moments like this when someone doesn't come, because I have to keep my streams of revenue open, because I'm not operating right now under a loan where I have money that can carry me over until the next month, you know. So it's like I always have to make sure I have that coming in. So it's like I have my products that I sell on my website, and I'm so grateful for it because I think I've been doing it since 2012. I think it's when I put my first product out there, and I went from being able to sell a product on my website maybe every 2 or 3 months to became every other month to now I'm getting orders every week. I mean, I will get orders from $5.50 to orders to $31 or $96. So I'm thankful for that revenue stream, and it helps to take care of some things around here. Even with my Etsy shop, I literally opened it up, I think, if it's September now, I think I've had the shop for over a year. I think I've had the shop since 2015. And I was gradually going in trying to insert things, but I was having difficulty with doing my screenshots. So I'm like, okay, so when I got my iPad and I figured out how to do my screenshots and to crop them to use them for photos for each thing, then I was like, okay, let me do it. And my friend launched hers, and I'm like, you know what, let me get some business about myself and launch mine. So I will say I launched it July 2017. And since that time, I've had 11 sales. I've had about $75 to $100 worth of revenue, which is good just starting off. So, you know, I'm always trying to keep my revenues open. I am trying to build my YouTube. I'm not making anything out there right now, you guys, but hopefully, you know, over time that will also continue to get better. But just like, you know, I'm really trying to make sure that it's a business that's flourishing in every area. So I don't know, I've just been busy, and I know I haven't really given you guys a lot of time as far as like doing the day in the life. But yeah, today has been pretty much a busy day for me between all this therapy planning and then trying to scan in information and all that. And so now I'm debating, because there's some things I really want to get done. I really want to get the rest of my products laminated before I leave, so that when I go home, all I have to do is cut them out. But I told my husband to meet me for dinner at Mo's tonight with Ashton, and I know that's going to require me to go ahead and just leave right after this next session, but I want to stay here till like 6:30 or 7. But then I'm like, I do want to go home and kind of be with my baby a little bit too, so I'm just debating what I'm going to do, which I might just wait because I don't have any claimants coming in tomorrow morning for disability. My afternoon appointments start at 3:40, so I could still have a full day between, if I get here at 7, between 7 and 3 to really just come in and just get everything else squared away that I need to get done. So yeah. And now I've got to add editing these videos to that. But yeah, that's pretty much what my day has been like today. And then I guess another thing that I have on my mind too is it's a client I've been seeing, and she's about the same age as my son, and she's been doing such a good job. But whenever her mom did bring her, they always came late. And then the policy was not to bring more than one child. I always end up having 2 or 3 kids, still trying to be understanding. And then they would have their moments when they wouldn't show up at all. And so that's been going on so much. I just went ahead and I had to terminate, because I'm just like, I don't have anything to work with. And I'm always feel like I'm starting from square one, trying to get the little girl back on track. So I didn't like to do that, but at some point I've got to see like a dedication level to the work that we're trying to put in. So that's another thing on my mind, but I'm not too disappointed about it, because I planned it like at 9:30, which was like right before my disability appointment started at 10. So now I have to worry about having that one awkward appointment at 9:30 before my day starts. It's like if I get here at 7, I know I can have like at least 3 hours to get some things done before I start my first, initial appointment or whatever. So, all right. I will talk with you guys soon. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time.